So, I'm going to introduce our first faith leader, who I just recently met, but I've heard a lot of great things about him. Rabbi Dollinger, who is the head of the Rhode Island Board of Rabbis. And although he looks really young, he is very knowledgeable, and we're so happy that he's here with us today to share. So please give a hand to Rabbi Dollinger.
Thank you so much to Monica, David, to everyone else. I just want to correct a few things. First of all, David said he's not a faith leader, and then went on to give a sermon about the moral imperative to fight injustice with love. So, David, you are a faith leader. Second thing, I'm not knowledgeable, but I am here. And the third thing is that you pose knowledge and youth as in opposition, but I think the people from Sunrise over there would beg to differ. So, going to correct a few things, if that's okay, and thank you for the opportunity to speak. Thanks for the megaphone. I won't get it again. So, when I was invited here, I started thinking about what teachings from the Jewish tradition might help frame this in a way that could help us think about this and inspire us to do the work that Monica said we're going to need to do, because rallying here today is step one of a couple of steps. This is going to be a fight, and might give us some wisdom, some perspective. And immediately turned to the sabbatical year cycle. I don't know if people know, but in the Bible, in the Torah, there's a 7-year cycle. Next year, actually starting this September, the night of Labor Day, that Monday night, begins the sabbatical year in the Jewish religion. It's the 7th year. And there are two main features of the 7th year. The first is that you're not allowed to work the land or own any of the produce. Big agriculture is banned. You can't do it. It's a pretty wild proposition, and the point is pretty simple. Everybody, animals, people, should be able to just eat. You should be able to go anyone's farm, anyone's land, and just eat. It's a pretty radical notion. And it says that the land has to rest. The land has to rest. And so it's a fight against our domination and abuse of the land. The land needs rest. It's not just there to keep doing stuff for us. But the land resting is linked with this other idea about justice. There's another crazy idea that goes with the land resting. All debt is forgiven.
Yeah, I like that.
All debt is forgiven. And people here talk about forgiving student loan debt or other things, and it's like a wild idea. We might do it once in a million years. All debt is forgiven every 7 years. And every 50 years, all property is returned. So it doesn't matter if you have a wealthy mansion or anything like that. You have to return it to the prior owner every 50 years. You could think about this as about the environment. You could think about it about justice. But the wisdom that the Torah is giving us is that the land resting, not abusing the land, not abusing the planet, and not abusing people are inextricably linked. They go together. When you start to rape the land, you start to abuse the people. That's just how it works. It's all about power and domination. You kind of see that in how this is happening. Let's talk about this for a minute. This may be unsavory, but let me mention it. The lawyer, the lobbyist for C3, quoted in the newspaper promoting it, is Nick Hammond. And I don't know him, but he's also the president of the Providence School Board. So the very person in charge of securing the future and education for children in Providence, and we know that's not going so well. Yeah, that same person is the person trying to not have them breathe. It's the same guy. This is a sort of corruption that you have to ask yourself if you're a rabbi. What would the prophets say? They'd be pissed. They'd have gross metaphors that I'm not going to say because Steve is videotaping it. They'd say terrible things. This is corrupt from beginning to end. Final piece. The Bible, in ending its description of the sabbatical year, says you should proclaim freedom to all the inhabitants of the land, and about giving the property back. They made it to the Liberty Bell. But then it says a couple of other things. You should surely open your hand and make sure to give to people. The whole point of a resting year of relinquishing ownership and control is to make sure that you help people in need. Well, let me give a different metaphor. Rather than opening our hands, which sounds loving and nice, I think here we're going to have to clench our fists.
Yes.
Is that what's going to happen?
Yes.
Yeah. Because there's a fight. But that fight, we should remember, is a fight of love. I think it was David who said that. Yeah. Love. We're going to fight like hell with love because we care about those children, even if the people who are supposed to care about them don't and profit off of poisoning them.
Yeah.
We're going to care about the kids. We're going to care about the air. Everyone breathes the air. And the final verse in Psalms, people know it. I think Psalms, everyone does the Psalms in a lot of the different faiths. It's not just a Jewish thing. Every soul, in Hebrew, kol haneshama hallelujah, hallelujah. Every soul will praise God, but soul in Hebrew and breath are related. So it's like every breath, the rabbis say. Every breath is a praise to God. Well, every breath can't be a praise to God when you can't breathe. It's just that simple.
Yes.
So let's make that real. Every breath can be a praise to God. The focus on the every there. If someone can't breathe, we all can't breathe. That's how it is. So we need to feel that. Okay, that's it. That's what I got. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you.